Hello and welcome to Goulburn, New South Wales, Australia's first inland city and home to the country's newest motorsport facility, One Raceway. This circuit has been 2 years in the making, and the 6th round of the My Bike Motorcycle Insurance Australian Superbike Championship presented by Motul is the first ever event, with the official opening ceremony taking place yesterday. Circuit owners, the Shelley brothers, were joined on track by a host of local dignitaries and businesses who have contributed to the rejuvenation of this important pillar of the local economy. Congratulations to all involved. Now it's time to sit back and enjoy the racing. Now it's time to have a more in-depth look at the brand new One Raceway with the 2009 World Endurance Champion Steve Martin and 2003 World Supersport Champion Chris Vermeulen.
It's always good to come to a new circuit, Chris, and the One Raceway is radically different to last time we were here.
Oh, it's sensational, Steve. Like you say, it is great to come to a new track. This is, this circuit has been here for a while, but it's been highly modified, and the work that's gone into this place, you can see it's fantastic. The Shelley brothers and all their crew, what they've done to bring it to this standard is great to see, and I know it's going to be a challenge for the riders because the layout has changed a little bit, so that's going to make it exciting for us.
The circuit's a lot wider. There's new asphalt. I reckon we should take a look at some of the key points of this track.
Let's go.
Turn 1, take no prisoners, harden your mount stuff heading into Pirelli corner.
Oh, it is, Steve. You touched on it earlier. The track is wider as well. So the approach, the guys have got more speed, a different line coming in there. It's serious. And these 3 corners like Pirelli and into the double Motul turns here, it's a long, long time on the right-hand side of the tyre.
To me, it's almost one of the longest corners in Australia that you're going to be on that right-hand side.
Well, you see it here. It's 3 apexes, but it is, like you say, it's pretty much one corner and how the guys are going to approach it. I reckon there's a passing opportunity in the middle too if you get it a little bit wrong, but more importantly, the left-hand side of the tyre gets cold when you head into turn 4 up here, so that's going to be a tricky one as well.
It's a long time between lefts at this track, so you're absolutely right. We're going to have to keep an eye on the Alpine Stars corner. One of the key overtaking points at this track is down the hill into Ducati corner.
It is, Steve. It's tricky, it's downhill, it's one of the slowest parts of the circuit as well, but I think what's crucial is building the speed on the side of the tyre through here. It's like a double apex, this Ducati turn, and it's very difficult to get it right for the change of direction to Michelin up there.
Physicality and precision, the key here.
Definitely.
We've raced at a lot of tracks around the world, Chris, and I just don't recall anywhere like this stadium section.
I mean, it is very cool, Steve, when you look at it and what's going on here, the change of direction coming in and out, the camber, the angle, the dip, the banking downhill. There's a lot to go on, a lot to get wrong and a lot to get right in a motorcycle.
And it's definitely going to be an exciting place on the last lap of the races.
Well, it is, isn't it? It's all important to get to the finish line first, and that change of direction and the drive out of here is going to be crucial.
Absolutely, Chris. One Raceway, it is great. And that is your Ducati track preview for this round.
Well, one thing that we have seen some sensational racing in is the Michelin Supersport category, and the title fight is going right down to the wire. Steve caught up with our championship title protagonists.
Well, it's that time of year when the Michelin Supersport class is really starting to heat up. There's a handful of races left, but there's still a handful of riders that have got a chance to win. We talk to the top 3 in the championship and get their thoughts on the rest of the year.
My year, it's been quite up and down really. It's I started off not too bad and then had a real slump sort of through Sydney in round 2 and round 3. I wasn't really that strong and just struggled a bit just with the bike and just the setup and just a bit of everything around it. But I've come good towards the end here. I feel fine. I won my first race this year, which was a big boost for me, and feeling confident on the bike again now. Now we've made a few setup changes.
Yeah, to be in the top 3 in the championship in my second year feels fantastic. It's been a hard road to get here, but we've been slowly building, and I'm feeling great. I'm constantly getting better and better as the year goes on, so I'm feeling great for these last few rounds.
We've been doing a lot of riding and a lot of testing and training, and Wayne's been helping. We've done a lot with different suspension people, and we've been working out a lot, understanding the bike, and understanding how to make it go fast.
I think my biggest improvements, if I'm basing it off the beginning of the year, I think just how I've grown as a rider. Taking the crazy element out of Crazy Jake, it's been the most important step for me, and just really focusing on myself as a rider.
The new One Raceway circuit's amazing. What they've done, like since the last time I came here, which I think was 2 years ago, it's a whole different track. Yeah, it's you can nearly say it's world class. Yeah, obviously what they've done with the facilities and the actual track layout, they've really sped up the track a bit and made it flow a bit more. And yeah, it really suits my style a bit more because I generally like a bit more of a flow to my track.
I was a big fan of Wakefield, so I wasn't quite sure what to think of the new circuit. But the more rubber that's being laid down, the more the flow's starting to come into it. So I'm really enjoying it. It's growing on me slowly, but there's a lot of potential here, and I'm looking forward to cutting more laps and, more importantly, racing on it. I think it's going to be really fun.
Ollie's he's very fast at Tail and Bend as well, because it's his home track especially. He's a fast rider when he gets to know the track, and he's definitely has a lot of potential in winning, but I obviously want to shut that down. And Jake, yeah, he's pretty fast. I obviously want to be faster than all of them.
Yeah, I really like dicing with those guys because I get to learn from them, especially Ollie. He's got a lot of experience overseas as well, so be able to learn from him, and even just the smoothness of some of the riders, it's good to learn from them.
You can't really make a mistake from here on in. This is sort of the money end of the season, so yeah, you can't afford any crashes in the races, that's for sure. Yeah, this is really when you have to be on point.
Yeah, look, 5 races to go in the championship. We're sitting third. I'm very hungry. I want to win this championship, and I know it's a step-by-step process. Just got to take every race lap by lap, and I know if we get the setup right and I'm riding at the best of my ability, I know I'll be there. I know I can win a race for sure.
We're just going with the flow, one race at a time, one race weekend at a time. Can't look too far ahead, and just got to focus in the moment. Whatever comes, but obviously we want to win.
Yeah, so if I could take the championship out at the Bend, yeah, it'd definitely be really emotional. It would mean definitely a lot to me and also my family. We've put in and sacrificed so much to get to run this team and how we've played out throughout the whole year.
To win the championship, yeah, it'd mean everything to me. It'd be obviously the best feeling ever. Celebrating that moment with my team and my family would be awesome.
If I do win this championship, I think you'll see me bust out some Marc Marquez moves, that's for sure.
Australia's future superstars fighting for glory. Who will win? We'll know soon.
As is, there's not much separating them in the championship points as well. JJ Nalus leads on 201 points, 20 points ahead of Ollie Simpson with Jake Farnsworth on 169. Then, as you said, don't discount Tom Bramich and Archie McDonald. They are only a combined total of 4 points behind Jake Farnsworth in third place. Then Jack Favell, who's been having a pretty good year as well, rounds out your top 6 on 120. Hayden Nelson on 116. Mahaffey, who's been fast this weekend as well, is 8th on 107. Glenn Nelson is another one of the stop and seal riders in 9th position on 106. And then Marcus Hammond, the reigning Supersport 300 champion, having his debut year, has also missed a round because of injury sustained in the lead up to the Morgan Park round. He rounds out your top 10. And also his good mate Brandon Demery, who works at the dealership that's owned by the Hammonds down there in Wollongong, is in 11th place as well. It was, of course, his birthday at the last round, and this is also a circuit that he would be quite familiar with as well. Let's get down to the grid with Chris.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys. I'm here with Hayden Nelson. It's that windy, his gloves just blew off, so I just had to pick them up for him, but yeah, he didn't even know. There you go. Hayden, you're on the Dunlops here on the front row. You're second front row in this class. You must be happy with the way the weekend's going so far.
Yeah, mate, I think we've made some good steps, and we've gathered some, with the hour on Thursday, we've had plenty of track time, which is great for a new track. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Definitely the wind's stronger than it has been all weekend, so I think it's going to play a part, and also the tyre wear, but I think we're in a good spot. The Dunlops are working really well, and it's a testament to how good they're working. We're not even doing a wheel change on the grid because it's just not worth it for us. We're finding they're taking the heat cycle fine, and yeah, so we're prepared, red flags, anything. So yeah, really looking forward to it, and hopefully we can hang in there.
Oh, well, wish you all the best. Good luck.
Cheers, guys.
There you go. It's a young guy of the future, and he is on the Dunlop tyres, and it is a tyre war in this class. And tyre wear, front tyres especially, are quite crucial. I was going to try and grab Archie McDonald, but he's talking with Mark Brax. But Jack Mahaffey here in second place. fantastic to see you on the front row, mate. How's things going?
Oh, thanks, mate. Yeah, I feel really good. I felt good from the get-go, really. We found something a few weeks ago at a test, and now we are where we've worked to be. You know, let's see what we can do in this race. Stay calm, manage the conditions, and have a good crack at it.
Oh, well, good luck.
Thanks, mate.
There you go. It's fantastic to see him. Like he said, he's been progressing all year, but it's trying to make that step and get the whole bike working. So I'm going to come in and family photo there by the looks of it. Archie McDonald, pole position again on this thing. It's going well.
Again, I haven't got it yet, so you're not following my career, are you?
I'm trying.
He's trying. Yeah, we're pretty confident here to be on top. I don't know, I feel good. How did you feel on the grid when you were on the World Championship, Chris?
I felt fantastic, especially when you're sitting here and there's nobody in front of you. So it does look good, right?
It's a good point, but I've got a whole hell of a wind to take on my front, haven't I?
You'll be okay. Tyre wear, is it an issue for you?
No, we've got a fresh pair on for the race. I think after 12 laps you can start to feel the front, but you know, anything can happen. It's the same for everyone. It doesn't bother me. We'll just go out and have fun.
So is it full gas to the end or looking after him a bit?
I'm gonna full gas at the start so I don't get caught up, because it's a very tight track, very, very, you know, narrow, and it's a hard place to overtake. So I'll do that at the start and then calm down. But yeah, like I said, anything can happen, and I'll just go out and have fun. Wish me luck.
Oh, we'll wish you luck. Good luck, mate.
Thanks, everyone.
As you can see there, Archie McDonald, Jack Mahaffey, Hayden Nelson will start from the front row of the grid. Tom Ramage, JJ Nalos and Jake Farnsworth on row 2.
Row 3 is Ollie Simpson, Brandon Demery on the Kawasaki, and Sean Condon is back for another crack.
Yeah, he's good round this circuit as well. Glenn Nelson, Jack Favell and Hunter Ford round out row 4.
Marcus Hamod on the Honda, Callum Morrison, Cooper Roundtree, and row 6 we've got Simone Baldrini.
We're getting ready to go racing for the first of our Michelin Supersport races for the day. Green flag at the back of the grid. Supersport is go. Like a pretty good start from all the riders on the front row of the grid there as they charge down towards third. Oh, Archie McDonald's been absolutely swamped. Mahaffey, Bramage trying to go past as well, but he's come back on the brakes into Motor Corner to take up the running in second position. Jake Farnsworth's also got a very good start as well. Looks like he's up into fifth position. No, it's Ollie Simpson is up into fifth position. Hayden Nelson's got a good start on board the Kawasaki, up into third as well on the 279 machine. Sean Condon's there. There's Farnsworth back in the pack. Well, dicing with Sean Condon.
Yeah, big move by Farnsworth right up the inside. Not a lot of room there as they head down the hill into the Ducati corner for the first time.
Mahaffey was a little bit wide on the entry, but I think he might have been able to square the corner off and get the drive out towards Michelin.
Geez, I'll tell you what, Hayden Nelson's got good speed there early on, hasn't he? He's like managing to stay with these guys straight off the bat.
And normally it's the Dunlop that isn't fast at the beginning of the race, it's fast at the end of the race. So good signs here for the BC Performance Kawasaki rider as he sits in third place as they come round to complete the first of 16 laps.
There you go, thumbs up on the first lap through. Not sure who that was for, but Jack Mahaffey leads the way at the moment. Great first lap for him with Archie McDonald, who was full of confidence on the grid in that second position.
Yeah, also good start for Tom Bramage sitting there in fourth place. Under a fair amount of pressure from Ollie Simpson and JJ Nalos right behind. Then it's Sean Condon, well, the veteran rider sitting in seventh place, doing an extremely good job considering the extreme lack of riding that Sean Condon does. Too busy running his excavation business to be riding motorcycles too much of the time, but he can just jump back on and go fast straight away, which is a very good attribute to have.
Well, talking about the championship and talking about how crazy it is, you've got the protagonists as Archie McDonald takes the lead. You've got the protagonists back down in 5th, 6th and 7th position at the moment with Archie McDonald, who is 5th in the championship, now leading the way.
Yeah, but as we said, from third back to 5th place is very, very close. Only 4 points separating them coming into this race. Remember, 25 points for first, 20 for second, 18 for third in the championship points, all at the end of each race. So we could see a distinct turnaround in our championship points this weekend, depending on where these riders manage to finish. Ollie Simpson, second place in the championship, probably the leading rider of our top 3 at the moment by a considerable margin.
Well, and the leader of the championship, Jonathan Nalos, is in 6th position. So, yeah, I mean, for Ollie Simpson, although he's, you know, behind, it's actually okay for him for the championship.
Well, the big thing is, though, too, that with the ASBK championship points, The damage from third back to fifth position is only a couple of points, unlike World Championship points where it is a significant difference between third and fifth position. Through the bowl we come now to come around a complete lap 3, and it is Archie McDonald that's managed to eke out about a half-second lead over his teammate Jack Mahaffey in second place.
Yeah, he's definitely got a little something there, hasn't he? 101.1 that time through, which is the new lap record, 101.1, 101.4, so he's 3/10 quicker than Jack Mahaffey. Hayden Nelson just quicker than Jack Mahaffey ahead of him.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Sean Condon on that lap, but he was a 102.054. That was the only rider on lap 3 to not go faster than he did on lap 2.
Well, Jake Farnsworth's struggling as well. He's down in 8th position at the moment. Remembering that these guys may have different strategies as well. We know that this track has high tyre wear. If you go like absolutely flat out from the start, like Archie McDonald is, you can expect that later in the race, your lap times might drop off more. If you start a little bit slower, later in the race, you can have more grip. So perhaps that's something that someone like Jake Farnsworth is thinking about now.
Mahaffey looked to be very good out of Michelin. Oh, how's the wheelie out of Mahaffey's machine as he comes through Yamaha Reggie Hart corner and out onto the My Bike Motorcycle Insurance start-finish straight. Front wheel was in the air. I'm not sure how he managed to get the bike turned when he had a complete loss of steering, but he managed to hold off the hard-charging Hayden Nelson, who looks very, very good towards this top end of the circuit, but it's then from Michelin to the final bowl section is where Mahaffey was able to just pull out another bike length or two. Let's have a look at them now as they come through Dunlop and then down the hill into Ducati corner. This is where Nelson on the last lap was able to close in on the back of the stop and seal machine of Mahaffey. And this time it's Bramich closing in onto the back of the Kawasaki BC Performance bike at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, Bramich having a stellar ride out there at the moment. He would be the leading Pirelli rider on track, and he is right on the back of Hayden Nelson. Big gap now back to Mahaffey.
Ollie Simpson up the inside of Tom Bramich to take up the running now in 4th position. You can see the all-yellow machine there of the Simpson Crash Race Bike Services machine moving forward, and JJ Narlos now trying to find his way past Tom Bramich as well.
That was a good pass by Ollie Simpson.
That was what was very slick and clean, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He just seemed to go sailing past. A lot of the riders have commented that it is a very difficult circuit to try and put an overtaking manoeuvre together on. You've got to set it up for many, many corners in advance, and Ollie Simpson there planned that one to absolute perfection.
Yeah, precision and timing are the two things that you need to be thinking about if you're going to be trying to make an overtaking manoeuvre here, and also pre-planning. As we have a look on our replay of the overtake, he goes round the outside, which gives him the dive through the flip-flop there and into the final Yamaha corner.
That would have even been set up on the exit of Ducati corner, but to carry that momentum through Michelin. We have a look now at Archie McDonald's lead. He's out to about 1.7 seconds. He's just done a 1 minute .912 lap. That was the fastest lap of the race so far as he comes round to complete lap 6. And he's gone faster again, a 1 minute .893. The rest of the field unable to continually improve on their lap times. Archie McDonald's just doing it lap after lap at the moment as he rides away from this field. 2 seconds now, his lead over teammate Jack Mahaffey. Nelson has dropped off the back of Mahaffey's machine as well. In fact, Mahaffey's just clawed a little bit back in the first sector of this lap. We're on lap 7, so approaching half race distance. Stabilised at 2 seconds.
There goes Narlis up the inside. That was a big move.
Very big move down into that very tricky part of the circuit where you mentioned about the amount of time the riders are on the right-hand side of the tyre, Steve. And I think Chris pointed out in the track preview that in the middle of the corner, there could be an overtaking opportunity. JJ Narlos has obviously taken that one to heart with a slick move there.
Yeah, I didn't know he had time to watch that track preview this morning, but it looks like he did. Oh, we got a fall. That's Archie McDonald. He's gone down.
Yep, McDonald, our race leader, is down.
He was just pushing too hard. Asked too much. Looks like he's lost the front tyre there. Let's hope that we get a Ducati replay of that.
Just looking to see where it was. It looked like it was turn 7. That is down towards the bottom of the hill.
Farnsworth's off too.
Yep, Jake Farnsworth is off the circuit. So plenty of action starting to happen now at about half race distance. So where Archie McDonald has crashed is the very fast right-hander coming down the hill towards the braking area at Ducati corner. And unfortunately, looks like the end for Archie McDonald in this race.
Jonathan Nailus has moved right up now behind Ollie Simpson.
So Jack Mahaffey now looking to be on track to make his second podium of the year and his first win of the year.
A little bit early to be saying that, Phil.
Well, especially we've seen what's happened to Jake Farnsworth and Archie McDonald in the last lap or so.
Yeah, that's big.
It looks like he's just lost the front through there.
Yeah, he was
and that's fast, isn't it?
Yeah, he was just pushing too hard. And the thing with this track, that there's just so much front end flow. You flow in, you don't use a lot of brakes here. Every corner you flow into, and when you lose the front, boom, you just go sailing, and sailing he went.
Nardles is on a charge. He's up right onto the back of Ollie Simpson's machine. This is the battle for second place.
Oh!
Simpson, big front end moment there. He's lost 2 positions. He's dropped back behind both JJ Nardles and Hayden Nelson. I think we're going to start getting a very interesting race now, Steve, because Mahaffey would have seen what happened to his teammate there as he just knocked it back a fraction as well. All of these riders are lapping in the 101s, except for Nelson on that lap, who was a 102, and so was Ollie Simpson.
Well, look,
but McDonald was pushing on at 1 minute flat. Maybe it was just that extra second that was just a bridge too far for him.
Mahaffey is still at his 101.3, his last lap. His quickest lap's 101.1, so his laps are like super consistent. But they're not at that ultra-fast level that Archie McDonald was at. Archie probably needed to back it off slightly, maybe a little bit earlier.
So JJ Naylor, after qualifying back in the field, has now moved his way up into second position. So our championship leader putting in a very good show here in Michelin Supersport Race 1 as we look back through the field to see this entertaining battle with Brandon Demery on board bike number 11. Having a pretty good battle there with it looked like Hunter Ford on board bike number 8.
Yeah, he just ran a little bit wide there. Hunter Ford got through. Small family team. Hunter Ford doing a really good job. Hasn't had a lot of bike time on the 600. He was fast on the 300 back in the day, wasn't he, on an R3 Yamaha, but he's moved up to the R6 class now and gets himself into that 8th position, passing Demery, and Demery runs wide again. Looks like Demery's got front end issues for sure.
So Demery on board the race DNA machine, just trying to stabilise his position at the moment inside that top 10 ahead of Glenn Nelson on the stop and seal machine, bike number 9, the third of the stop and seal machines out here this weekend. Of course, a big shout out to Tom Taparis, the local man who spent a lot of time out here working on the circuit, unable to race this weekend due to the injuries that he sustained at Morgan Park. But the good news is that Tom's been here all weekend supporting the team. Is that Farnsworth?
Yeah, it's Farnsworth.
That's the second off-track excursion for Farnsworth in this race.
Yeah, so he's knocked himself back down into 12th position now. Farnsworth, for the championship, just needs to consolidate and go, okay, this is where it is. He just needs to finish and pick up some points.
Right, we're on lap 13 now of the 16-lap race distance, and it's Mahaffey that leads by 2.6 seconds over JJ Nalos in second. Hayden Nelson is in third place on the BC Performance Kawasaki. Then we go back to Ollie Simpson on the Race Bike Services Simpson Crash, Simpson Signs R6, with Tom Bramich now starting to close in as Tom Bramich, the veteran of this category, played the smart role here and just riding around at consistent pace. And now, as we get towards the last 3 laps, has got some tyre left to try and make a challenge.
Geez, you call him a veteran, but he's not that old, is he?
Well, in this class, he is a veteran with the amount of race starts that he's got. And also, when you look across Tom Bramich's amount of starts across all classes, I think it's fair to say that he is one of the most experienced riders in this field.
And championship winners. He's won a few championships in his time, hasn't he?
This, in fact, is Tom Bramich's 130th start across all classes in ASBK.
Wow, pretty impressive. And we've just had one of the riders, not sure who that was.
I think that may have been Cooper Roundtree.
Okay, yep, he's moved out of the way. Good thing to do. Thank you, Cooper, for that.
So one South Australian helping another South Australian as Ollie Simpson goes gliding on by. So Simpson still battling with Tom Bramich there for 4th position. Really has dropped off the back of Hayden Nelson's machine after that big moment entering the bowl section a couple of laps ago, Steve.
Geez, I'll tell you what, Jonathan Narlis is really getting his act together now. He's lapping quicker than the leader. There's a 2.2 second gap. He was 0.6 quicker than Jack Mahaffey last time round.
How was Mahaffey sliding the bike through the end of the Ducati corner
you
there?
can just see then Mahaffey with a bit of a front moment there too on the way out of the corner, but it's still tucked when the front went light.
He's been getting a lot of front end light because coming out of here, the front wheel was in the air early on in the race. He's calmed it down just a fraction there as he comes round to complete 14 laps. So we're on lap 15, 2 laps to go for our race leader. Jack Mahaffey's lead is out to 2.3 seconds. His fastest lap of the race is a 1 minute 1.126, as you pointed out before, Steve. His last lap was a 1:01.3. Just looking at the lap times, that's about the third or fourth 1:01.3 that he's managed to do in a row. He comes up there to go up the inside of Simone Baldrini. He's getting a lap put on at the top of the circuit there.
Nice move through traffic. It's hard to get back past traffic here as well, the riders are saying. So he made that move quick and clean, and he's got enough in the bag. He just needs to not make a mistake. Hayden Nelson, what a ride from the BC Performance Kawasaki 636. Let's hope he can hold it together. That battle between Ollie Simpson and Tom Bramich is still going on, and that is also for championship because Bramich is not out of this either. Sits in fourth in the championship with Simpson in the top 3.
Yeah, well, this will only be, if Hayden Nelson can get that BC Performance to the line, will only be his second ever podium in the Michelin Supersport category. He feels like he's been deserving of much more, Steve, with the amount of good performances that we've seen him. Unfortunately, he's also had his own fair share of bad luck. And when I think of bad luck, I think of Morgan Park a couple of years ago.
Yeah, he's really a fighter. That's what I like about him. He's he's done a great job. But it's all about this man now, Jack Mahaffey. Let's hope that he can hold it together and take that first multi-cylinder win in the Michelin Supersport 600 class.
Round through Ducati for the final time he goes. Then he'll set sail for Michelin. That's where he was sliding the bike through there on the last lap as he comes up to that'll be Callum Morrison there, just pulling out of the way to allow our race leader to go past. And through the bowl he comes for the final time. Still pushing very, very hard is Mahaffey. He comes round through Yamaha Revshahat corner and he sets sail for the start-finish line. It is Mahaffey. Takes the first ever Michelin Supersport race win here at One Raceway. His first ever win in the Michelin Supersport category. And JJ Marlos, look at the excitement as he comes across the line celebrating second position like it was a championship win. And Hayden Nelson rounds out your podium as well for his second ever podium in the Michelin Supersport category. That was the fastest lap of the race.
It's a lap record. On the last lap, under no pressure. Way to go, Jack.
And also, too, the fact that he's seen his teammate crash out early on, so obviously he was confident in the stop and seal package towards the end of that race, not only taking his race big win, but also setting the brand new lap record. The eventual winning margin, Steve, just over 3 seconds over Jonathan Narlos. Hayden Nelson rounds out your podium. Ollie Simpson in fourth, Tom Bramich in fifth, Condon in sixth, a great ride from the veteran, Hunter Ford in seventh, Jack DeBell in eighth, Glenn Nelson in ninth, and Marcus Hammond rounds out your top 10.
Brandon Demi there in 11th. Jake Farnsworth, boy, what a ride he had. He was off the track more than he was on it, unfortunately. Callum Morrison, Simone Baldrini, Cooper Roundtree, the South Australian in 15th, and Archie McDonald, unfortunately, didn't see the checkered flag.
Well, the only rider that actually crashed was Farnsworth, that was off the track several times, but managed to get it home and, most importantly, get championship points.
Well,
and getting towards that time of the year where that is very, very important. You can see Tom Taparis there, down there with the team, Robbie Bolger, the team manager. Time to head down to the podium with Chris.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys. Well, that was the race one for the Michelin Supersport Championship race here this weekend, and I'm with third place man Hayden Nelson. Getting used to seeing you up on the podium. Congratulations.
Yeah, man, it's good. I'm happy with that. I felt I had a little bit more at the start, but got some signs of just wasn't quite the way I would have liked. So I just steadied it, wanted to finish it, and on the box is really good. So we'll have a look at how that went with the data and have a chat with the guys and see if we can improve it for the third one. But I think we're really close. So yeah, I'm happy.
Great to see. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
There you go. That's our third place man. The second place, the championship leader, Jonathan Narlos. Congratulations. What a race.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, definitely didn't come into that race expecting that, but yeah, just focused on what I had to do. Lap by lap, just took every opportunity I could and made sure I was right there to take up that opportunity if anything happened to the rider in front. And yeah, Ollie had that moment in the last turn and put me into P2. So unfortunate for Archie, he had that lead and then had a high side, but yeah, look, I can't thank the team enough. We've been working so hard this weekend, and yeah, from where we started this weekend to where we are now, it's just unbelievable. So huge props to them. Thank you.
Good luck for the next one.
Thank you.
There you go. It's our second place man and our winner. He was talking about he's made some improvements during the off time, I guess. Jack Mahaffey, congratulations, what a win.
Thanks, mate. Wow, that was an incredible race. Firstly, I just feel a bit sorry for my teammate because obviously it's hard, but I'm sure he'll be there in the next one anyway. But we managed that race, and I just want to say thanks to my whole team because they deserve this.
Well, Pirelli are a major player in this championship, of course. Steve Martin caught up with them to take a closer look at their operations here this weekend.
Pirelli have been an integral part of our paddocks for the last 10 years since we reinvented the ASBK. They bring over 400 tyres to an event like this, and over the course of the weekend they changed 400 to 500 tyres. That is a lot of tyres. How does that happen? Well, let me give you a bit of an idea. The teams will bring the wheels over to this rack here. They drop the wheels off here, then the Pirelli technicians grab them and bring them over here, follow me. They head into the garage. Obviously this is all happening pretty quick because there's a bit of a time limit on this. They put them on this machine here, which is our tyre changing bead breaker. They break where the bead meets the rim. You can just see a bit of a demonstration there of one happening as we speak. They break that and get that off the rim. Then that wheel will be moved over onto this system right here, which is your tyre changing machine. And on the tyre changing machine here, this is where they take the old tyre off and put the new tyre on. You can already see that there's been a new tyre fitted here. So this one's ready to be blown up. They blow the tyre up there, put the pressure in it, then they move over here. Come and have a look here. This is the balancing station. We've got 4 balancers here. That just shows you an indication of how many wheels get balanced at once. You can see this guy here, he's just put a lead weight. I think they go through like 2 boxes of like 30 to 40 kilograms of weight. See how he's just taken that weight off, and it really does show the balance. See how without the weight on it does that? In any case, when that is absolutely perfect, he also gives it a spin to make sure there's no buckle in the wheel from any incidences on track. And then at that case, the wheel heads back out on the rack, the teams come back, grab the wheel, and away they go.
And welcome back to One Raceway, and there is JJ Nalos. He didn't qualify well, Steve Martin, but what a race he had in race number 1, coming through to take second position at the flag. And what a dogfight race number 1 was. Well, Archie McDonald will start from pole position. His teammate Jack Mahaffey in second, and Hayden Nelson rounds out the front row of the grid on the Kawasaki. Then it's Tom Bramich on the Apex machine in 4th position, JJ Nalos championship leader in 5th, and Jake Farnsworth in 6th.
Ollie Simpson starts your row 3 with Brandon Demery on the Kawasaki 636. In 8th, 9th is Sean Condon. Row 4, Glenn Nelson, Jack Favell and Hunter Ford on the Yamaha. Row 5's Marcus Hamod. Good to have him back into the championship after that injury. Callum Morrison, Cooper Roundtree from South Australia, and Simone Baldrini.
It rounds out the 16-bike field here this weekend as we get ready to go racing for the final time this weekend for the Michelin Supersport category. Archie McDonald starting from pole position. Mahaffey, race 1 victor, out of second. Supersport is go. Looks like a pretty good start there from all the runners on the front row of the grid, but I think Ollie Simpson has also got a cracking start, Steve. Look at him, he's doing an after CCs. He's charging around the outside. He'll be up into 3rd position as they make their way through Motor Corner. Bramich goes up the inside, relegating him back to 4th place. But from the 3rd row of the grid,
he's through.
Ollie Simpson has got an absolute cracking start, and his first half lap is exactly what he needed to bring himself back into contention. A bit of dust there, looks like someone hasn't made it through Alpine Stars Corner.
Well, I tell you who did miss out is Mahaffey. Mahaffey's back in the pack a little bit now, I think. Jonathan Narlis is back in the pack too. Look, there he is in about 5th or 6th position. No, he's made it through to the front. Mahaffey, how strong is he at the moment?
So Mahaffey up into the lead, ahead of Archie McDonald back in second. Then it's Ollie Simpson, Tom Bramage. Then it's Hayden Nelson on the 279 machine in 5th position. JJ Narlis up to 6th, right behind the green Kawasaki. Then the next rider through should be Jake Farnsworth on board bike number 49 in 7th position. Glenn Nelson, Sean Condon and Brendan Demery round out your top 10 as they come round to complete the first lap.
Yeah, I think Archie McDonald's going to have a little bit more competition this time round because Mahaffey's had that taste of victory now. And I'll tell you what, when you get that victory and you're feeling good, you do find a couple of extra tenths versus Archie McDonald, who's probably thinking on every corner, do not push, I cannot afford another crash.
Well, I think it was clearly evident in the first one that Archie McDonald was quite happy to keep pushing well and truly above the limit. I think he might just dial it back a fraction in this one. And you can see that Mahaffey, who set the new lap record on the last lap of the first race, knows what he can do, and he's already opened up a half-second lead over Archie McDonald. Ollie Simpson just playing the first lap smart now that he's got the good start out of the way. Great move there from Tom Bramage to go up the inside of Hayden Nelson.
Yeah, Bramage is also growing in stature in this championship. Like, he was really strong. Then he had that big crash at Morgan Park. It wasn't his fault, hit oil, completely destroyed the bike. They had to rebuild the bike, and he's been rebuilding his confidence since then for me. But I'll tell you what, he's improved a lot. But so has that man. Boy, what a move by Hayden Nelson back up the inside. Jonathan Narlis is lurking in the background there too.
Well, Hayden Nelson got it back up the inside. Bramage just had to get out of the throttle, lost a little bit of momentum. I thought JJ was going to come back on the inside on board the complete AV machine, bike number 20, but there was no way through the experienced Tom Bramage. Closing up behind now too with, well, it's Glenn Nelson on board bike number 9 that's also looking like he's on a bit of a charge as well as they come down towards the bottom of the hill at Ducati there. He's closing in on the back of Farnsworth machine is Glenn Nelson.
Yeah, well, Farnsworth's got to control on, keep an eye on Narlis, who's just in front of him. If he's got any hope of this championship, to try and claw back points. And in fact, he's got to get in front of the number 44, Tom Bramage, as well, because Bramage has moved in front of him in the championship now.
Also, big shout out to Sean Condon on board bike number 26. You can see him there right behind the number 9 machine, the stop and seal entry of Glenn Nelson. Sean Condon, a very much part-time rider these days, but has been at the top of the game here in Australia in Superbike and Supersport for many, many years. Now he's very busy running his own excavation business in Western Sydney. Said he hasn't been on a bike for about 3 or 4 months, has done a couple of rounds this year, and immediately on the pace as when he got here at One Raceway on Thursday and Friday, and doing a great job here, sitting in a solid top 10 position in this very competitive Michelin Supersport field.
I want to say it is good to see that Sean Condon, every time he would come back, have a 6 months off and come back, he'd be in the top 3. It is actually good to see that he's struggling a little bit now. He's in the top 10, so you know, maybe he needs to do 3 rounds a year.
Well, McDonald now starting to close in on the back of Mahaffey, courtesy of the fastest lap of the race on the last lap. A 1 minute .588 for Archie McDonald. That is the fastest lap of the race on lap 7.
And a new lap record.
And you can see the gap starting to close right down to... So it's going to be interesting between these two because they do get along very, very well. Actually, most of the stop and seal riders are all happy to banter and hang out with each other. Even Tom Taparis, who's not riding here this weekend, has been down there helping the whole team out.
Look, the thing is, to catch him is one thing, but the entry speed to most of these corners is so fast that the overtaking safely is going to be another thing. And, you know, Archie is, we know, can ride on the limit, but he is very smooth. Is he going to take that risk or is he going to sit there? That's the question.
Well, coming down to the bottom of the hill at Ducati, you can see Archie McDonald there close right up onto the back of Mahaffey. Mahaffey will be able to hear the R6 right behind him now.
Yeah, he'll know for sure that that gap's come right down. Big battle here. That's Bramage, Farnsworth, Nelson and Condon, who is starting to make he's not happy with 9th after all. He's making his way forward, and that's Simpson.
Ollie Simpson is down. You can see the pile of dust as we were looking at that battle behind. And unfortunately, that is the man that was sitting second place in the championship. Needs to get that bike up and see if he can get it going again and just salvage what championship points he can as we get now into the second half of this race. Our leaders are now on lap 10.
Simpson, I mean, almost, he had a pretty simple, he was in no man's land, really. He had, I don't know what it was, a lapse of concentration, maybe ran a little bit wide, but all he had to do was finish the race at that point. He wasn't really under any pressure. And sometimes when you're not under pressure, that's when you make the mistakes.
Well, one man that is certainly under pressure, and that is Jack Mahaffey on board bike number 37, because he's got Archie McDonald applying the thumb screws from behind at the moment. McDonald's last lap was a 101 flat, as Mahaffey was a 101.2, so he's closed right up onto the back now. Nothing between their lap times. I think the lap times of Archie McDonald are going to be dictated by how fast he needs to go to stay right on the back of Mahaffey as we come round to complete 10 laps. So the lap's starting to dwindle down now. McDonald's going to have to start to make a decision. Does he try and go past and make a gap, or does he stay there and wait till maybe the final lap at the bottom of the hill to try and put a move on his teammate?
Well, one thing we do know is that although Jack Mahaffey's doing 101.1 now, he did set the lap record on the last lap of the last 600, Michelin 600 race that we had here earlier today. So he does have the ability within himself to actually go quicker if he wants to. So it may be a bit of a smart ploy for him to try and sit there at that speed, then with a couple laps to go. If he can increase the pace, it's going to make it even harder for Archie McDonald to get past.
Farnsworth has also moved up a couple of positions as well, getting ahead of the 9 machine of Glenn Nelson and also Tom
And
Bramage.
there goes Condon.
Yep, I was going to say Bramage dropping back into the clutches of Sean Condon on the Dig Biz machine, coming up the inside there. Oh, Nelson through on Farnsworth, repaying the favour.
Farnsworth had a moment, I reckon.
And here comes Condon.
Yeah, he's going to take everyone.
Well, we say about...
Oh, that's wide. That's real wide from Nelson, but he manages to gather it up. These 4 guys are in a massive scrap, aren't they?
They certainly are. And the other thing is that we're saying about in the Superbike category, the experience of Ant West and also Glenn Allerton. Well, in this category, it's the experience of Sean Condon. He is the most experienced rider out there, certainly the eldest rider in the Supersport category. And also got a lot of experience under his belt. And that experience now starting to come to the fore as he's made his way up into 7th.
And there we go.
Archie McDonald goes down the inside.
And there we go.
Wide. Mahaffey comes straight back on the inside, setting the tone, I think, Steve, for what's going to be a regular feature of the next 3.5 laps.
Yeah.
It's Mahaffey, it's McDonald. No, it's Mahaffey, it's McDonald. That's going to be how it is, I think, now all the way to the checkered flag.
Absolutely. It's going to be a bit of a nail-biter because for sure Archie McDonald's going to want to win this one. As we have a look on the Ducati replay, he goes in way deep, runs a little wide, tries to pull it back, can't do it. Mahaffey on the perfect line and gets on the gas nice and early. Archie can't do anything about it there.
And you know who will be enjoying this the most?
Who?
Team manager Robbie Bolger, who will be loving this, the entertainment being put on by his 2 riders at the front of the field. It is currently Mahaffey still holding down the position. We go back to this battle now with Condon trying to go up the inside.
Did you see how much speed Condon had there? He tried to nip up the inside there, but he couldn't quite do it. He is definitely looking for a way past these 2.
No, McDonald back down the inside of Mahaffey at the bottom of the hill. You watch if Mahaffey can get back ahead. He's not going to fall for that one a 3rd time at the Ducati corner on the next lap. You can guarantee that much. But has McDonald now got too much speed that he's been able to get ahead and not run wide? This next lap is going to be the real teller, I think. We'll see what lap time Archie McDonald can manage to uncork as they come round across the start-finish line. That's 13 or 12 laps completed, 13 laps completed now. We go back to this battle between Farnsworth, Nelson and Condon. Where's Tom Bramage gone? He's dropped right off the back of this group now, unable to match the pace of these 3 riders.
Yeah, well, Bramage just needs to try and sit there now. He's got a 2-second gap back to Hunter Ford, who's...
Condon, look at that.
Oh, my, good move.
Straight through the inside there, running a very tight line through the double modal corners, Steve. You predicted it pretty much the last lap, though, didn't you?
And he's going to do it again, too. He's got some decent entry speed. He's just trying to find his way past these guys. Farnsworth doing everything he can. to try and hold him off, but Sean Condon's having none of it.
Good on the brakes at the bottom of the hill now. He's got the tight line on the inside, but I think he's going to be on the outside if he stays there when they get to a Michelin corner. So Farnsworth will get the better run through here. But can Condon position himself to try and slip down the inside? No, he can't. So Farnsworth still leads that little group that's battling for 5th position. JJ Nalos, championship leader, he's having a very lonely ride to 4th position, but he won't be too worried about that at the moment because his main championship rivals, one of them is unfortunately out of the race, the other one is behind him on track. So Nalos once again looking in a position where he could very well extend the championship. Oh, what a move from Condon. That was a carbon copy, a repeat of what he did the lap before.
Yeah, he just had way more grip on that right-hand side, held a tight line, just let the brakes off and trusted the front, and away he went through the Pirelli corner.
So, penultimate lap now for Archie McDonald, and Mahaffey has not given up the fight for this race win. They will come round to get the last lap board at the completion of this lap as they come through Yamaha Revjahat corner. The massive bowl section that leads out onto the start-finish straight. Both of them, the front wheel in the air as they change direction. So there it is, last lap board for our race leader, Archie McDonald. The gap was 0.3 of a second. You probably don't need a timing monitor to determine that it is very close at the front. And it is all going to come down to who can get the better of the braking out, or the out-braking manoeuvres on this final lap.
Well, I'll tell you what Mahaffey's thinking right now. He's thinking, I'm going to line you up down into the fish hook, the Ducati corner. And he's right on the back wheel of Archibald now, Archie. But Archie is going to, for sure, cut that overtaking manoeuvre off. He's got to stay tight there. But he goes out wide, and Mahaffey doesn't try it. Well, this is going to be tricky then, because it's up through the Michelin curve they go. It's going to be into the bowl. That's his last chance.
Well, Mahaffey was very good into here in the first race. Can he get down the inside? No, I think that might be it. He's going to wait for Archie McDonald, try and make a mistake, possibly even try and slipstream him to the line. Don't know if there's enough distance, though. Mahaffey's going to have to get a great drive out of here. He tucks into the slipstream. He pulls out of the slipstream, does Mahaffey. And as they come to the line, it is very close. But I think Archie McDonald has just got the win by 0.073 of a second. Both of them doing a 1 minute lap on the last lap. Jack Mahaffey's 1 minute .599, only a fraction of being another new lap record on the last lap. Nelson takes 3rd position, Nalos takes 4th. Sean Condon, what a ride to 5th position. Absolute class, Sean Condon, as always, just getting the better of Jake Farnsworth and Glenn Nelson over those last couple of laps. And as you said, Steve, through that first corner, the double apex motor corner, at the start of the lap there was the place where Sean Condon just dominated those two to take up that 5th position. What a ride from this man, though. Coming back from the adversity of race number 1 to take the win in race 2 by 0.073 of a second over his teammate Jack Mahaffey. Congratulations, Archie McDonald. What a ride. Hayden Nelson rounds out the podium. Nalos in 4th position, extends that championship lead. Condon 5th, Farnsworth 6th, Nelson 7th, ProMX 8th, Brandon Demery in 9th, and Jack Pavel rounds out your top 10.
Good ride by Marcus Hammett as well in that 11th spot. 12th was Callum Morrison. Hunter Ford in 13th. 14th was the South Australian Cooper Roundtree. Simone Baldrini and Ollie Simpson, unfortunately, didn't finish after that. Off he had.
Going to make the championship points very interesting. I think JJ Nalos will be up to about 238 championship points now. The big question is going to be, what is the distance back to the riders in 2nd and 3rd in the championship? Because by my calculations, he's extended the championship lead once again. Riders have made their way back into the podium area. Archie McDonald celebrating.
Let's go, buddy!
He'll be jumping up on the top of the machine any second now, as is traditional. He's got pretty good balance. That is his 4th win of the year to Archie McDonald. There you go. There's the pretty happy teammates. I think they're quite happy to celebrate the 1-2. Congratulations to Archie McDonald and Jack Mahaffey and the Stop and Seal team. Well, that was almost an accident in the podium area there. Well, there is your championship points. A 40-point championship lead now for JJ Nalos heading into the final round at the Bend Motorsport Park in November. Ollie Simpson, he will have to put on the performance of a lifetime in front of his home fans to pull that gap back. second position on 198. Tom Bramage has moved up into third place, now only 3 points off second in the championship, and Jake Farnsworth only 5 points behind second. This championship is shaping up to be an absolute bell ringer. Perfect time to head down to Chris with our top three.
Yes, these are the podium guys for the Michelin Supersport Race 2 here this afternoon. What a race it was too. I'm really happy to see Hayden Nelson here, third place again, double podium. First time you've double podiumed in the Supersport class. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Steve. You mentioned the double podium in the front row. So by far my best successful weekend on a 600 so far for sure. So it's really good. We're making steps. I want to say massive thanks to Kawasaki, Dunlop, and all the sponsors and the guys helping me at BC Performance Team. We're making progress, and I hope by the end of the year we've got one more round, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and we're trying to improve and get that little bit closer to these two guys because they're going pretty fast.
They definitely are. Well done, mate.
Cheers, guys.
There you go. That was a great race, and great to see Hayden Nelson there on the Kawasaki and the Dunlops. Jack Mahaffey, race 1 winner. Race 2, you had a good go at your teammate at the end there, man. It was close, less than a tenth of a second. You must be happy.
Well, he doesn't make it easy, that's for sure. I mean, I remember meeting Archie a couple of years ago. Of course, my dad worked with him when he was in 300s, and I've always known he's a fast rider, and I know he's like a mad dog with a bone. So yeah,
you're a little mad dog, you are.
No, that was a great race. I mean, I think we absolutely dominated, really. I think, and I had a little bit of speed on Archie, but he was just so good out of that right-hander, and I almost thought about sending it, but I thought about these guys and all the hard work they do. So no, I'm happy. I'm happy.
Well done. Congrats.
Thank you.
There you go. And our race winner. I mean, he made a little mistake. There were big consequences in race 1, but made up for it in race 2. Archie McDonald, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Chris. Yeah, it was a bit of a shocking at the start of the day with that crash. I apologise to the team, my friends and family. I wouldn't say I let you down. I'd say, yeah, I made a mistake. It's bound to happen. Everyone makes mistakes. Not me, though. Oh, shit. But, yeah, I can't thank the team enough. Honestly, they've put their back, like hands and knees on to fix this bike, and it was just such an amazing job they've done. I can't thank David Gow. He's such a great mechanic. He's still alive, thankfully. Mark Ford came and watched. My mum's here. My cousins are here. My sister's here. My sister's friends are here. All my friends and family. I'm so grateful for them, especially my dad. He can point the camera to my dad. He's right there. Look, he deserves it more than anyone here, and he's a legend. I can't thank a team, especially Claire Sharkey. You absolute legend you are. You little gorgeous girl you are. Yeah, I see you smiling. Go on, your turn.
I was going to say he's a character, but there you go. Race winner from the Michelin Supersport Race 2. Congrats.
Thanks, guys.
Certainly a character. Well done, Archie McDonald. Congratulations on your 4th win of the year. Well done also to Jack Mahaffey and Hayden Nelson. The championship fight is coming right down to the wire, but the Bend Motorsport Park, the 8th to the 10th of November, is where it's all going to come down to decide the championship winners across all classes. And of course, get your tickets to get to the Bend. If you can't get to the Bend, why not get to Darwin for MXGP? The first time an MXGP race has been held in Australia for 25 years, and that is on next year, the 19th to the 21st of September. It has been great to be back at One Raceway, the new spectator track of the nation, as the marshals worked hard this weekend. We've worked hard to bring you a great telecast of racing as well. Congratulations to all the winners, and we can't